They say you are what you eat, so I don't eat chicken feet. But I love me some of Grandma's pickled beets. Well, cut it up, put it in the pan, throw it over your shoulder and see where it lands right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Maters, taters, beans and corn, the cows in the barn and the sheep's been shorn, kids in the barnyard chasing Grandpa's chicken. Spices, slices, cuts and dices, gonna slash your grocery prices right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Help you grow your garden good with recipes to suit your mood. Try some grub you've never tried before. Smash it with a wooden mallet, gonna educate your palate. Right here in Farmer's Kitchen, in Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. We're gonna cook something good now.
Hello and welcome to the Farmer's Kitchen. This truly is our kitchen, and we truly are the farmers. Somebody said not too long ago, they said, is that your real name or you just do that for the show? Nope, it's a real name, real
That's right.
kitchen. And again, the weird thing, my dad and mom, last name?
What?
Farmer.
You're kidding me. That's amazing.
His dad before him?
Farmer.
Whoa,
Wow.
it's weird. So here's the deal. Say you're at home and you're stuck and it's cold outside and you just don't want to go anywhere. Could you make some really good food, restaurant style, and it'd be delicious?
Yes, of course.
What do you think is the quickest thing we can put together?
How about some egg drop soup?
Okay, here's what happened the other night. We were sitting here, it was cold, we were just feeling kind of blah, we were wanting to watch a movie. It was slick out, didn't want to go anywhere. So I thought, wait a minute. I love hot and sour soup.
I like the egg drop.
You like egg drop soup. So I thought, I'm gonna make my sweetie happy and I'm gonna make her egg drop soup. So I thought, okay, can't be that hard. First of all, always save your stock.
Right.
Always save your chicken stock. We're gonna time this. How long is it gonna take us
To make soup.
to make restaurant quality egg drop soup? This is 4 cups. We've already got it warm. Let's see how quick we can do this.
All right.
Let me show you. This is a basic egg drop soup. There's a lot of things you could put in it. We're gonna go with straight ginger if you'll just,
And I was using a spoon.
just
the
use
spoon
a spoon.
takes it
Make
off so
sure
easy.
when you're doing this, if you get this from the store, and it's not organic, and this is just me, but I really do pay attention to this sort of thing. Make sure you get that, I call it the hide, get that hide off of there.
That's right.
Because sometimes they spray that with anti-growth stuff to keep it from blooming out,
Okay.
budding out. So
How much
we're
of this
just
do you
gonna
want?
grate a little bit of that. We want this mighty fine. And we're gonna, I would say probably, that's it. That's it, a little
That's
bit
it?
more. Oh, this is so good for you and it smells so good. So
excited.
that is, I would say,
Well, there's extra. Can I put the extra in?
sure,
Throw it in?
that's half a teaspoon.
All right.
So we got ginger.
That's right.
Let's chop some onion up real fine. Now, bouillon cubes, I use them a lot for flavor to get that salt content. Some of them have MSG. If you like MSG and you want to do that, a lot of time Asian foods store bought will have some MSG in them. You can find them with or without.
I'm gonna chop you, okay?
Go ahead.
Good.
So what have we done so far? We got ginger. We have 2 chicken bouillon cubes. We got 1/3 of a decent sized yellow
Ready?
sweet onion. Yep.
You want all this?
We're gonna put that in there. I'm gonna crank it up now. Something else we're gonna do is we're gonna put about 1/2 teaspoon of sesame oil.
So good.
Then we're gonna put some black pepper. So now we're gonna bring that to a rolling boil. And meanwhile, if you wanna go ahead and beat some eggs up and put just a little bit of water in there.
I will. 3 eggs.
Now, if you really get your onions chopped fine, they'll cook a lot quicker. And I don't mind a little fresh onion in here either.
I like that too. And I'm gonna put maybe, what do you say, about a tablespoon worth of water?
Yeah, if that. It's a cold night. We wanted a little soup. And we looked in the refrigerator to see what we have.
We always have eggs.
We always have eggs. All right, we got a nice boil going. Smells heaven.
It does, I'm ready.
And this is so simple. You don't need to overdo the spices on this one. You just don't. This is a very basic recipe. All right, you ready?
I am ready.
I'm making a little,
Tell me
I'm
when.
making a little Texas tornado here. And we're just gonna pour that in. Now, because of the heat of the soup, you see the ribbons of eggs in there.
It's like noodles, doesn't it?
Looks just like noodles. And that gives it's got a nice protein with the eggs, and you got a nice flavor. And it's almost like, it's almost got a chicken noodle flavor.
It's
And
delicious.
look at there.
Wonderful. That's it.
4 minutes.
Good job.
4 minutes. Look at that. It's ready to eat. I'm going to turn the burner off.
Yummy.
This is what Nikki gets anytime we go to a good Chinese
I
restaurant.
do. It's my favorite.
And here's what it looks like. All right, just like that.
So good.
It was actually less than 4 minutes. Now I already had the stuff boiling.
That is so delish.
You don't need anything other than that. Oh, that's good. So tonight, we're gonna show you that in your own home, you can make food just as good as what you can get out there at a restaurant or carry out.
That's right.
Now here's something I always have in my kitchen. Some soy sauce, some oyster sauce, some fish sauce, some hoisin sauce, some Bangkok peanut spice, it's wonderful.
Yummy.
Sweet chili, a chili garlic sauce, obviously some honey and things like that. We always have that, and we usually keep some water chestnuts, bamboo shoots, things like that, just in case. Those are easy to find. If you find those in the store, bring them to your home.
That's right.
And tonight we're gonna show you how to make a bunch of stuff. Let's start off with something that we had in the freezer. We had some beef. So what are you gonna make with beef?
Beef and broccoli.
Beef and broccoli, check this
Yum.
out. Beef and broccoli.
I got rice.
So we're gonna take our flank steak. We're gonna cut thin slices against the grain. Now we had this last night and it was very tender. It's a good cut.
Delicious.
So I'm just gonna cut this like so, and then I'm gonna cut these up into smaller pieces. But again, flank steak against the grain. And there's what we have. Then I'm just gonna cut these pieces into, you think about a bite-sized piece, what you want. All right, you could use beef tips, but flank steak, to me, works really good for this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my meat, I'm just gonna pop it in this bowl. And I'm not measuring this, but I'm guessing as far as ingredients. I'm gonna start with my oyster sauce, at least 3 tablespoons. And let's come back with some soy for our salt. I'd say at least a tablespoon and a half for that. A little bit sesame oil, just a little bit of honey, sweet.
Honey.
Just a little bit of dry sherry, a little bit, just for that bite.
That smells good already. Just
yeah,
what
it
you're
does.
doing.
Now I'm gonna mix this up real good. And there's so many ways you could do this. You could start with your broccoli and set it aside. There's so many ways of thinking about this. Then we'll put my cornstarch in. Okay, that's probably, I don't know, I didn't use a whole tablespoon, a little over half a tablespoon. Let that get all nice and coin it in there and set that aside. All right, so I'm gonna cut up just a little bit of ginger here. We're gonna take a little bit of oil, not a lot. When this gets nice and hot, we're gonna take 2 cloves of garlic and we're gonna pop in this oil, and we're just gonna get that flavor in there. Then we're gonna pull that garlic out, we're gonna throw it away. So we're gonna pop our ginger in here,
That smells good.
but we're not pulling the ginger out. The ginger stays. So now, Mrs. Farmer, in comes the beef. Now, what am I gonna do?
Make it hot.
Just
Make it
a little bit of red pepper flakes, just to have that nice.
You like your red pepper flakes.
Oh man, you do too.
I do.
You just don't like too
As many as
of
you do. I don't like as many as you.
Just a little more oyster sauce.
That stuff's good.
Just a little bit, and a little more sesame oil.
I like sesame oil. You can add all that. Got a great smell.
Look at that. Look how
Crisping up.
Oh, are you kidding me? You know what, Mrs. Farmer?
What?
Keep an eye on that for a minute.
I will do it.
I gotta get my broccoli ready. And I'm gonna need some red pepper. We'll just put just a little bit of onion in this.
That sounds
This
good.
is a yellow sweet onion. So look what we got here. Look how that looks.
Oh, it's
Isn't that
delicious.
beautiful. Got just a little bit of pink left in there, but look how it's browned on the outside.
Looks nice.
Oh my! See what we got going?
I like
Isn't
it.
that beautiful?
Very beautiful.
So what's next, Mrs. Farmer?
Peppers,
Peppers, broccoli,
some onions.
couple onions. I'm just gonna mix that all up. Try to get our broccoli cooked in there. And boom, there you go. We had beef, we had broccoli, but since we had all those other sauces that we always keep around
Oh
here,
yeah, that's delicious.
look what we can make in, what, 10 minutes?
Yeah, that was quick.
It's up to you, Mrs. Farmer.
I get to try some. Put a little meat with some rice.
That's a beautiful one-pot dish. Boom. It's good.
Very good.
That makes me happy.
Very delicious.
That's really good. We got a little heat.
That's really good. Delicious, as always.
Something that's very popular at some restaurants is bang bang shrimp. So I thought I can do that. So I kind of broke down, reverse engineered it. Let's try some Tim Tim shrimp. Now there are restaurants that serve this type of thing. They call it different things with two names on the front
Yeah,
end.
but not Tim Tim
But
shrimp.
this is Tim Tim shrimp.
Yeah, I like Tim Tim.
So here's what we're gonna do. Is we're gonna soak that in a little bit of buttermilk. So there we go. Beautiful. So that's gonna set about a half hour, and through the magic television, a half an hour is up. How about that? Now one thing I'm gonna do, I'll usually put this on the garlic stuff. I'll put a little garlic mix right here. If you wanna mix that up a little bit, Nikki,
Right.
let it get all acquainted. A little garlic, granulated garlic, in with our shrimp and buttermilk. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna take all these ingredients. You wanna take about 1/3 of a cup of the sweet chili sauce. You can buy that anywhere, you can make it yourself. Then we're gonna take a 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. Then we're gonna take about 2 teaspoons of chili garlic sauce. Just a pinch of salt. And if you wanted to, you could put a little soy in there. A teaspoon of peanut butter, 2 teaspoons of orange marmalade. And let me tell you what, look at that. Our temperature is getting close over here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take our shrimp, it's been soaking in buttermilk. We're gonna put that in cornstarch. Makes a nice crispy, it makes it very crispy. Now some people will take cornstarch and water, but I like to see the shrimp. It adheres to it pretty good, but you'll still see the outline of the shrimp. So as we take this out, you'll notice they look kind of like coconut shrimp. The cornstarch, if you just put it on like we did, it doesn't really cover it evenly. Gives it a nice texture. So that's kind of what that's going to look like. You don't want to let them get too cool because we're going to put that directly in the sauce and then serve it over rice. Oh, I'm excited. So here's what let's do. Let's go ahead and take those and toss those in that sauce.
All right.
And we'll let it be nice and drippy. Go ahead. I want you to try it first.
Ooh.
That crunch, isn't that crunch great? Does that remind you of a good coconut shrimp?
This is good Tim Tim.
Except the sauce turns
wow.
into something completely different.
That is so good. This is a meal itself. These are delicious shrimp. Wow.
That just proves right there that you can do anything in your kitchen with the proper ingredients, spend the time researching, and find yourself the best meal you've ever had right in front of you that you made, and you're gonna find out that you don't need to eat out as much.
That's right.
When the food you make is just as good or better.
That's right. And I can have more.
Go ahead,
I get
knock
double.
yourself out.
I get double. Yummy.
So obviously, one of the things that you get at many Chinese restaurants are egg rolls.
Love
Could
egg
that
rolls.
possibly do that in your own home?
Yes.
Oh, I think you could. Here's our deep fried spring roll, kind of, sorta. You take cabbage, you take pork, maybe some shrimp, some seasonings, and you can make an egg roll fairly simply.
Delicious too.
You can go to the store and get you some wrappers. There's nothing to that. So first thing we gotta do is let's get our pork going. And we very simply take about 1 pound of pork. So the way we did this the other day is we took our pork, we're gonna take a little fresh ginger, and we're just gonna grate a little bit of fresh ginger in it, and some fresh garlic. We're just gonna press some garlic into that, probably 2 cloves. So just a little bit of fresh ginger.
There you go.
A little garlic press, I find these to be absolutely wonderful.
Is that enough garlic for you?
Yeah, that's
All right.
plenty. Put a little salt, a little pepper, a little bit of soy sauce, just a little bit. That's just for seasoning, and a little bit of sesame oil. It's a
Yummy.
nice flavor.
Mix it up like a meatloaf. That smells good.
Does smell good. So if you notice, we got a lot of cast iron out. We got a wok here, wok there, skillet here. That's a cast iron kind of night, is it
Yes,
not?
it is.
So we're gonna put our pork over here, which smells really good, by the way.
Tastes good
The
too.
garlic and the ginger,
Tastes
a
delicious.
little bit of sesame oil, a little bit of soy. We're heating up our oil over here. So we're gonna let that cool for just a minute, then we're gonna combine that with our coleslaw mix. And then we're gonna pop it in our oil and you're gonna see something special. Now explain to us, if you will, what you do. You have a little dish here. What's that dish for?
I do. I have a little dish right here and it's half flour. I have a tablespoon of flour, tablespoon of water, equal parts. And that's gonna kind of be our paste as we do the
It's your
egg roll.
glue. So let's go ahead and start putting these together. I'm gonna put a couple shrimp in here as well, just for a little extra protein. Now shrimp don't have to be cooked a whole lot. Most people overcook shrimp. The way we're doing this, it'll be just fine. Just enough cooking to get them nice and pink. And it's fresh shrimp, you just can't beat it. Now it depends on how many people you have, how many egg rolls you're gonna make.
It's gonna make a lot of egg rolls.
We probably won't make all of these, but that's probably 6 cups
You know, I can put
of
this in the
cabbage,
fridge.
of grated cabbage, yeah.
I did that before.
Yeah, you can put this in the refrigerator.
And just make them all week long.
So when I was frying that pork up, you'll notice that I cut it up into smaller pieces. You don't want great big hunks in there. All right, where do we go from here?
All right, ice cream scoop, because it gets you the perfect amount.
Gotcha. Same standardized amount every time.
So kind of get you the same perfect amount. We're gonna start with the corners. I'm gonna flip it over. Fold, fold. There we go. And I'm gonna use my glue. I'm gonna use my flour and water for my glue here. There's one. Ready?
Yep. And there's a beautiful
Those do look good.
homemade, fresh egg roll. Crisp, tasty. Get your little duck sauce.
There's 4 more.
So we're gonna set these out on a plate and let them cool. And then we're gonna try one. Now typically these are supposed to be an appetizer,
That's right.
but when you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
They usually give you just one each. So how many we got here?
But you know what? It's kind of a guilty pleasure. You know you can eat as many as you want.
I'm
Usually
excited.
you just get one. Let's see if they're cool.
Oh,
Let's
wow.
try. Go ahead.
I'm excited.
No double dipping.
Wow. I got some shrimp.
That is as good as any egg roll I've gotten anywhere.
It's really good. Better.
I know where everything came from.
That's really good.
So do you want to go to Thailand?
I do.
All right, let's switch and go to Thailand for just a minute. What is the most popular Thai dish that they have in restaurants?
Is it pad thai?
Yes.
I love that.
How about some chicken pad thai?
Yum.
Yes, you can do that in your own home. So let's cut some pieces of chicken up.
Ready? And this is boneless, skinless thighs. we have.
Boneless. Oh, we love thighs.
Yes, we do.
So we're gonna take, and I would say there's 3 of us, so maybe 1.5 cups of chicken. And as we put that chicken in there, I want a little flavor in that chicken. So I'm gonna put some soy and a little bit of black pepper in there. I'm gonna make a sauce. This is soy. I'm gonna go probably 2 tablespoons. I'm gonna take fish sauce. Now a little dab will do you on this, but I'm gonna go at least, you know what, let's go 2.5 tablespoons of fish sauce. So I'm gonna take some brown sugar, some more sweet. All right, I'm gonna take some rice wine vinegar. I'm gonna put, let's put 2 tablespoons in there. So I'm gonna come back with some peanut butter because I like that peanutty taste, and there's some more sweet, all right? Now I'm just gonna take a dab of sesame oil. So let's take a teaspoon
Okay.
and a half. Here is our sauce.
That's what makes it, I think.
All right, so I'm gonna warm my skillet up. You want to start everything you do almost with a warm skillet. So I'm gonna just turn the little middle part of that burner on. All right, so I'm taking my chicken out. I'm trying to drain most of the soy off of it. Then I'm gonna come back with just a little cornstarch. So I'm just gonna spread some cornstarch in there and just kind of mix that up. Let the cornstarch stick to that. Take some oil. Use whatever kind of oil you like. That's a lot of chicken.
But we're hungry. We're starving.
Doesn't that look wonderful?
It does.
Look at that beautiful chicken.
Yummy.
I could eat that.
I know
Make
it.
a meal out of it. With garlic, what you want? It's fresh, small pieces, and to get that flavor throughout everything. And garlic press, boom, shoots it right out there. You're good to go. So we're gonna take our garlic. And remember, with your garlic, you don't want it to overcook because it gets a little bitey. Now, A lot of recipes call for bean sprouts. We don't have any bean sprouts. I do want some green in here. Just a little bit of ketchup. Some people put tofu. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Yummy.
Now I'm just gonna lightly toss this. Oh, you know what, Miss Farmer? Let's get some water going. We gotta get some noodles going.
Okay.
All right, one thing when you're at the store, I'm not making my own rice noodles.
Oh, yeah.
Not gonna happen.
Well, it's easy to buy.
But you can buy those in the store just about anywhere. Let that go for a few minutes. Nikki, why don't you take some of that cilantro
Okay.
and chop that up just a little bit.
Just the tops of it you want?
Yeah.
All right.
So let's strain these noodles.
Alrighty.
Something else I gotta do here, Mrs. Farmer. Take my green onion, cut it up. Now it's time, Mrs. Farmer, to bring everything together.
Yummy.
The chicken.
Let's see, chicken. Oh.
Now, Mrs. Farmer, if you will, kind of drizzle that in.
As you
and
stir.
I'll stir stuff around. Go ahead. Now these are the really fine noodles, and we really had no choice because that's the only thing we had at the store.
Yeah.
All right, now if you will, chop me some peanuts.
I will. With my famous little chopper.
All right.
Oh.
Everything's coming together. Can't wait to see what you think. Is that a positive?
Very
Oh,
good.
look at that. Tell me that's not a whole lot like what you would get at a restaurant,
That is so good.
except it's fresh.
Everything's delicious. The chicken's delicious. The noodles.
That's delicious.
I need
It's
some-
wonderful.
I need to eat it.
So what we're going to do is now we're going to eat. We're going to actually sit down this time and eat like normal people. We'll be right back with another recipe. How about it, Ms. Farmer?
Good job.
So years ago, years and years and years, like 2,800 years ago,
Wow.
you asked me, can you make crab rangoon? I said,
Yes.
yes, I can.
love
I mean,
that.
when you think about it, when you really break it down in your head, you're thinking about your outside shell, cream cheese, maybe some green onions.
Yeah.
And oh, I think we can do this. I think I can. I think I can. Mrs. Farmer,
Yes.
ready for our appetizer that you get at Chinese restaurants? It's not really Chinese.
Yes, I am ready. I love it.
It's really good. I mean, you can't beat it. So what's your ingredients? How do you make it?
Well, I have a package of cream cheese that I've let set out to room temperature.
Gotcha.
6 ounces of the imitation crab, and I have a garlic clove. And then I have some onions here, green onions. I've cut up, it's probably 2, I just cut up a little bit, as much as you like. 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire, and then half a teaspoon of soy. And if you want to give me a little salt and pepper,
Okay.
and even a little bit of sugar, I think it makes it
little
good.
sugar?
Yeah. And we could make our own homemade sauce for this, you know. If you have
Yeah.
apricot, we do have
I can
some.
make your own
Wanna
apricot
make-
sauce?
Yeah, want to
Sure.
we'll do that. It's apricot, like a preserves, and then we're going to put some rice wine vinegar in there, equal parts, and some soy, and that makes a wonderful dipping sauce.
There's your sweet and your sour.
Yeah. Now I'm going to make little packages is what we're going to do.
Okay.
Let's see.
And our oil is up to 250.
Little bowl of water here. I'm going to kind of dab around the edges so that'll help pull it together.
Just fold it up along the top there.
We got a little package. What do you think? All right, see how pretty those are?
Yeah,
Kelly did them.
Kelly is the artistic one
She's good at
when
this.
it comes to arts and crafts
Yes, she is.
and fancy foods.
Look how pretty those are.
Those are beautiful. I'm just going to drop them in here.
Oh, these are so yum.
Smell that?
Yes, I do.
Just till they're golden brown. All right. They're done,
wow.
Mrs. Farmer. Looky there.
Yay. Those
Ooh.
look so good.
They blisters up a little bit.
They're better than the restaurant.
Now, one thing about these, they look so good, and you want to eat them. You want to pop them in your mouth. You go to the hospital because they stay hot. That cream cheese just stays so hot when you fry it like
Let me
that.
see. Oh, they're getting pretty good.
Be careful.
Ooh, see the steam?
Be careful.
I'll give you the big side. You got to try the sauce.
Wow, those are good.
Those are really good.
Those are phenomenal.
Let's eat them all so Kelly doesn't get any.
So we are going to enjoy our egg drop soup, which we made in less than 4 minutes.
Yes, we did.
And we're going to bid you adieu because our half hour is up. Is that amazing? But before
It
we
is.
do, we want to tell you that if you enjoyed these recipes and wondered where they might be, along with gabillions of others, where would you go, Mrs. Farmer?
I go to timfarmerscountryKitchen.com.
That's where I go on occasion when I've forgotten how much I
That's
put in
right.
something. And if you want to be a part of our Facebook page and get out and talk with us and do some live stuff like we've done recently, which was so much fun.
That was fun.
How would you do this, and is it complicated?
It's very complicated. You hit like.
Oh,
Yes.
I like the sound of that. I may even go in there and like it.
You should do it.
Until next week, it's all about
Good times,
good friends.
really good eats.
So let's dig into our egg drop soup. We have been catering for a lot of years, and I wanted everything to have a specific taste. Therefore, I had to come up with my own products.
Right.
A dry rub, chow chow, and our barbecue sauce are something that we use in all our catering gigs. I developed this barbecue sauce that is not the really thick, syrupy stuff that you get. This has more of a natural, it's got some pepper and onion flavor in it. You can actually see the particulates in there. You know, a lot of people are asking what we use our dry rub on. Now, obviously, pork and chicken are two of the more common things. Also, we've been using on our corn on the cob with butter.
That is.
I'm telling you, this
That's
stuff
wonderful.
with potatoes is fantastic. So 40 years in the making, Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen Dry Rub.
Funding for Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen is brought to you by Emerson Farms Country Store. Something for every member of the family. Ephraim McDowell Medical Center in Danville, Kentucky. Gulf Coast Connection. Seafood straight from the Gulf to you. The Spine Center of Central Kentucky. Wilderness Road Hospitality, Stanford, Kentucky. Visit Frankfort, Kentucky's spirited capital city.